Hello everyone, it's GromitFan01 here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you my homemade stuff that's in my collection. So this is ranging from you know, of course, the grommets that I've painted to other stuff as well, and so yeah, let's start the video. Okay, first off we have is my Antipesto to the rescue pencil pot. It's meant to be a pencil pot, but it's basically a toilet roll with a picture of the Antipesto van and with the logo Wallace and Gromit to the rescue that I put on there. Of course, when I put the pencil in there, of course, it couldn't weigh it because, of course, kept on falling over, and I learnt that the hard way, of course. But this is one of the first homemade things that I made, and of course, not one of the best, but it's still but it still has a special place in my heart, of course, because everything I've made and everything in my collection is special to me. And yeah, so this is the Antipesto pencil, prototype pencil pot, and this, I think I made this in around about 2012. I think I made it at that time, because that was a time when my love for Wallace and Gromit was growing then. So yes, this is the homemade Wallace and Gromit pencil pot. Next up, we have my Paintrun Grommets with a plinth, which is called, which I call it Grommet in a boiler overall. You know, a boiler suit, where, you know, yeah. But this one has a bit of a story to it, actually. This Grommet. I was originally going to paint it into a Thomas the Tank Engine, and because of course I used to love Thomas the Tank Engine. I think if many of you know, if have followed me right from the beginning back in 2009, I used to post Thomas videos. But of course, since my love for Wallace and Gromit grew and grew, that's kind of replaced my passion in that. So Wallace and Gromit's now my passion now. I still like Thomas the Tank Engine, but it's not as big as my love for Wallace and Gromit. I think Wallace and Gromit's my, you know, my #1 thing now. So of course, and Aardman, of course. But I painted him in blue, and the tail was going to be the whistle, and of course they were going to be the buffers. But when I kept on, I left it for a bit, and then when I kept on leaving it, I thought I'd just keep it as this and call it Grommet and Overhauls. You know, because you know a boiler suit, it looks like that in some respects. So yes. And this was one of my first paint your own Grommet sculptures. Well, not first paint your own Grommet figurines that I got. And of course, when it was released in 2013, it came with the plinth, and now the others don't come with a plinth now. So so yeah, this is my homemade Grommet, well, paint your own Grommet of Grommet and Overhauls. After the grommets that I painted back in 2013 or 2014 even, is one of my recent ones that I made this year. This is one of my recent ones this year, is the Rocket from a Grande Out. And I go to this club sometimes, and we went to this pots to paint area where there's lots of these you know, lots of these statues to paint. Well, this one's a money bank, of course, but you know, it's just, you know, things that are blank and you get to paint them. And I saw this, and it was all white at first, and I saw this and I thought, I know exactly what I'll paint it for. I'll paint it to represent the Rocket from a Grande Out. So as you can see, it's this has to be probably one of my favourites that I've done, because even though it took probably about 2 hours to paint, it was still a lot of fun to do, and you can see all the detailing on there. Let me just get a closer look. Let me just give you a closer look. as you can see, I've put the Paintrun there and Grommet there, and that was probably the hardest thing to paint on this, because it required very delicate hands to do. Yeah, so that is my Grommet, well, the rocket from my grand out, and one of my favourites too. Next up is my is a rock that I've painted a background of Doug from Early Man in a blue sky background, and this one is because I think it's happening around the world. I don't know, but it certainly was happening around my area where I live. There was rock that we would get, people would get some big rocks and they would paint them, and then they would dot them around places, and we'd try and find them. Of course, I wanted to keep mine, so I thought I'd just keep mine and paint it with the character of Doug, and paint the blue sky background, of course, and the grass in the background. But of course, this is not, the paint isn't, you can see that some of the rock is still there, a lot of the white stuff there, of course. Well, not the white stuff, you know, you can see the rock colour still. That's because I didn't paint it properly. I should have done, but then yeah. So this was a first try anyway, and of course you sort of learn on the job as you're making stuff like this anyway. So yeah, this is my Early Man homemade rock painting. So yes, and last but not least is another Paintrun Grommet, and I call this one Over the Fields. And the way I did this one, I first of all drew it in my sketchbook, and because I had a Paintrun Grommet back in 2015, I got it for my birthday, something like that. I think it was probably 2016. I can't remember, but even though moving on, I decided to just draw ideas for what it might look like, and what this Grommet might look like. So I thought of an idea called Over the Fields, and yeah, it was going to originally be called Over the Hills, but you know, I decided in the end just to call it Over the Fields. And as you can see, I've put details on there like the moon, the sun, because of course this part of Grommet's, this part of it is probably in space, the rocket from a grand day out, and of course I put sheep on there as well. So yeah, I had fun doing this, and this is one of my other favourites as well. And of course I got another Paintrun Grommet this year for my birthday, as you saw in my birthday celebration video. So I'm going to probably paint that one something different, but this is one of the other ones that I got. You know, this is the one, but this is the one I painted, and the other one that was in my video, I'm going to paint something different and try and think of something else. I've also got a blank morph as well, a Paintrun morph, so I'm going to probably think of what to paint with that one as well. So yes, this is my Over the Fields Grommet. So that is all of my customs in my collection, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm still, of course, going to make videos, because of course I love making videos on my channel, and of course, yeah. So this video that I've made today was just a bit of a quick video, so I can keep this channel growing. Of course, I want to make more videos for the future, and so I'm always going to make videos, so never fret. So and I've got more in the works. So yes. And this one was just like a little video, just to give you a little taster, and I had this planned for a while as well. So yeah, and so thank you for watching. This is GromitFan01 signing out.